when we look at what roles rabbis play in these change processes, it seems to me that they are many, and that's why the rabbi's role overall is so critical. The rabbi can be, should be, a source of inspiration and vision, not exclusively. It can't be just the rabbi's vision, but the rabbi certainly needs to be involved in setting the vision, and perhaps in leading the vision-setting process. The rabbi is an enormous source of validation, saying to people, yes, this is worth spending time on. This is important. We should be doing this. I know in my congregation, when a new rabbi came, that was one of the things that she made part of our platform, that we really wanted to look at the educational life of our congregation because it was important to her and she felt it should be important to us. Third, the rabbi has a critical role in shaping language and culture. And this is not only by what's said explicitly, but by all manner of symbolization, rituals, storytelling. There are many opportunities that rabbis have to create a culture in a congregation in which learning is clearly valued, in which learning is seen as important. I'll give you one small example. It doesn't have to come from the rabbi, but it might. How many congregations actually give teachers visible roles in the life of the congregation outside the school? Opportunities to be part of worship, opportunities to speak to the board. Those are the kinds of things that create a different culture. Fourth, connecting learning to the other dimensions of synagogue life. The rabbi really is in a unique position to do this because the rabbi is the person in the congregation who has the whole under her or his wing. Fifth, obviously the role of communicating. And communicating is critical because in every change initiative, you have to over-communicate. You can never assume that people have heard it and therefore they've got it. First of all, because new people need to hear it. And second of all, because we all have lives that allow us to sort of drift away from what we've heard. You need to hear it again and again and again. Leadership recruitment. Rabbis are often the right people to go out and tap the folks who can make change happen. The person who perhaps is not even known to the mockers in the congregation, but that the rabbi may have encountered. Our rabbi, again, is particularly good at identifying people that many of us who are the synagogue veterans don't even know, but who have enormous contributions to make. The rabbi is a source of continuity because leadership, lay leadership in congregations often rotates. Rabbis sometimes rotate too, but often the rabbi is there longer. And finally, the rabbi can be the person who removes obstacles. The rabbi can be the person who, when there's a sticky spot, has the authority. For all that we said this morning about the way in which the rabbinic role has changed, the rabbi is often the one person in the congregation who can get everybody to make nice, who can help people to sort of rise above the day-to-day. This is something, though, that needs to be exercised gently, and it's something that needs to be shared. And I think what Gene Borowitz wrote about many, many years ago, the model of leadership by tzimtzum, applies in this area as well. The obverse of what I've said, and I don't want to close on a negative note, but the obverse of what I've said is also true. Rabbis, we've learned, unfortunately, can also be roadblocks and change killers. They can do that by being indifferent, by sending messages either overtly or subtly that this really isn't important. Why are you wasting your time with this? It's not important enough for my time. Rabbis can do this in the opposite way, by being overly dominated, by saying, you know, everything has to go through me. It has to be my vision, etc. Rabbis can do it by being cynical. We've seen all of this before. Yes, there's a group of congregants, a group of parents, the 6th graders who come and they want a different 7th grade program. Yeah. We've seen that before. And rabbis can also be mercurial. Yeah. And rabbis can also be mercurial. And that sends mixed signals. They're engaged, then they drop out. They're engaged, and they drop out. And I think rabbis often aren't aware of the subtle ways in which they send signals and how important, again, despite everything that was said this morning about the diminished authority of rabbis, how important it is that those signals be clear and consistent. So at the end of the day, what I think we have learned is that, yes, change in congregations, particularly educational change, has to be a collaborative effort. It has to involve all of the stakeholders. It will take time. It requires openness and an experimental mindset, but it really does require a rabbi who is prepared to work in very sophisticated and committed ways to help make that change happen.